smash that like, subscribe button. Let's get this show started. Don't have the little fancy intro today either. Let's see. Let's see here. Welcome back to another live stream. Uh, Currently in a place I don't want to be right now. So this won't be a real long stream, but it will be a stream to talk about a couple things that are going on in Ohio right now that I think is pretty interesting. For example, I'm just trying to make sure my freaking iPad doesn't fall on my iPad. For example, we want to talk about this flyover thing that happened in Yellow Springs. So, word is that these people in Yellow Springs were basically growing outside. What up, Mean Beans? They was growing outside, and I don't know why we only got one viewer, 6 viewers. Okay, everybody, happy 420. What's up, Robert? So we had these growers who are growing stuff outside, and I know a lot of people have seen the pictures all over social media of people growing way more than 12 plants. I'm trying to send y'all a message, man. They flying over and counting plants. Don't just worry about, don't, like somebody read, it was like, it's only Yellow Springs. No, it ain't. Read the articles again. They basically are flying helicopters all over the place and looking for these plants and counting them. So if you got more than 12 plants out in your yard right now, you might want to reconsider that, because we just don't know where they're flying out right now. But Yellow Springs was supposed to be a cannabis-friendly place, and they hit getting raided. So what happened? They flew over and saw plants and got to thinking they had way more than 12 plants. When they landed and actually raided the people, they actually had just 12 plants, and there was just other plants mixed in together. So they basically raided the people for no reason. They were in compliance, and so the cops claimed they was there to educate the people about the home grow laws, when actually they was getting schooled because they didn't know what the hell they was looking at from their little helicopter. And what y'all don't know about is there's an actual marijuana like task force. And this is what's weird. I'm gonna read this to y'all, because when I read this, I cringed a little bit. Like, there's a task force after all the stuff we came through. Um, Here we are dealing with something like that. Let me pull this up here. Give me a second. Because I was just like, come on now, marijuana eradication task force or something weird like that. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's called here. Give me just a second. And yeah, here we go. So basically, what they're doing is they're funding this. They gave a bunch of money to these people to do this surveillance, flying over people's houses. Um, and I'm just reading through this article trying to figure out where this part is. It talks about this marijuana eradication unit or something, and I just ain't never heard of such a thing. But there is such a thing where they basically have a unit, and their job is to bust people that are breaking the law in regards to cannabis. Um, so it's kind of really weird, I mean, cannabis is legal, home grow is legal, um, and here in Yellow Springs, a place that's well known. Hey, thanks, Mom and Mastermind, for the super chat. For a place that's well known, um, is a cannabis friendly place, you'd be kind of surprised to think that they would have such a thing going on like this. And what I want to know in the comments is, have you noticed a lot of new helicopter activity in your area? Um, and do you think that new activity is actually really the cops that are checking home grow? Um, I'm not saying everywhere it's happening is doing it, but yeah. Can you get a medical card for sleep apnea? Not specifically. The most common thing people get medical cards for is for chronic pain. Um, so, you have any type of pain. Hey, thanks, Lynette, for the super chat. Get up, get up, get. Okay, he's cut. Hey, that's funny. So, you know, the thing that I'm trying to get y'all to understand, and very importantly, is there are a lot of people who have been growing for many, many years and have been doing their thing before all this happened. And you have a lot of people who are new, who are just now starting out. And what I'm trying to send y'all as a message is that you still have to be careful about what's outside in your yard. And you shouldn't be having more than 12 plants outside in your yard. And I've seen, I don't know how many plants. It could have been 3 or 4 in just really big pots, but I definitely have seen people posting brazenly pictures on their social medias of grows that are way out of compliance. And I'm just trying to tell y'all, if you're watching this and you've been doing that, delete that shit. Delete it today. Delete it right now while we're on here, because you never know who's screening that shit, and the law can use the social media against us. So don't be broadcasting how many plants you got on social media. That's something for private messaging that's encrypted. So yeah, I'm just trying to help y'all out because I love y'all, and I know a lot of people was excited and get carried away on some things. But you know, he said someone told you that more than 12 plants is 24. Is 24. It's only a fine. But who got $500? I mean, that's money I could be investing in dirt, water, and nutrients. I ain't got no $500 to give away. What's up, Skeet? How you doing? I ain't the one to be giving the state, the government, no free money because of some technicality rules. So I know a lot of people just hate following the rules, but it's like follow the rules or risk getting a fine for $500. Forget that. I ain't got. You got $500 you can just give to the state of Ohio? Nah, heck no. You know what I mean? Not all of us out here struggling, but there is a lot of people out here who are struggling, and that's a fact. And some people, no matter what, they're gonna do what they were already doing before issue 2 passed. More power to you. But those who are new and just feel emboldened to just do whatever you want, just know that there are helicopters flying over, and they're probably taking pictures, and you know you would have 500 to give if you had 23 plans one. Well, I mean, I'm glad you have 500 to donate to the cops, because I ain't donating nothing to no cops. You hear me? Not a nickel, not a dime, not a penny. I ain't giving the cops nothing. That might as well be a bribe or a payoff. I ain't giving them not nickel, zero. And I'm not gonna let them take the recreational tax revenue and give it to the police and prisons. We are not going to allow that to happen. That's another reason why we're having this expo in November, because it's right before the election. We want to educate as many people as possible about what we're fighting for, because although cannabis is legal for adults over 21 in Ohio, the fight ain't over. Why is the fight not over? Well, because the legislator has the ability to change the law whenever they want. They could change all kind of things. I gave y'all a preview a few months ago. They want to reduce home growth from 12 to 6 plants per household. They want to lower THC cap to 50%. Okay. I've even hearing things about recreational customers not even being able to buy gummies. How about that? They want to not even let rec users buy gummies. Gummies. Heady stuff. So there's a lot of things that they have in these pieces of legislation that they've been shelving until they come back from recess. So when they come back from the election, if you voted these people in and they plan on scrapping our cannabis law, we're just helping them scrap the cannabis law. So that means that we have to educate and inform people, so when they go to vote, they know who doesn't like weed. Don't vote for them. It's that simple. It's nothing against them, but if we can't educate them and enlighten them, then we need to vote them out of office. Period. Period. Because if we don't do this, this will be our last chance in November. The expo's on November 1st, November 2nd in Canton, Ohio, at the Doubletree Hotel in downtown Canton. You can visit OhioCannabisExpo.com to get more information, to buy tickets, to sign up as a sponsor, to sign up as a potential guest speaker, to maybe be on the panel, or if you just want to come and hang out. We would love to have you there. It's a very nice hotel. We certainly can stay overnight, and we're also going to be doing something that no one else has done. No one's done this. We're going to host the first ever Ohio Cannabis Awards dinner, and that's going to be happening on November the 2nd after the Ohio Cannabis Expo is over. Hey, keep the gummy bears away from the kids. We don't even have any gummy bears in our program. That's been the stupidest thing they've said for so long, Captain Green Toker. We don't have any gummy. There's no gummy bears. We just have gummies. And that's it. They're just a little square gummy. There ain't no bear, ain't no cat, ain't no dog, ain't no toy, ain't no kid. It's just a gummy. Just a piece of gummy. Okay? There is no teddy bears to all those worried people who might be having to tune into my video. We don't sell teddy bears in our program. That's in rec or the other one. Nah, I don't send nothing in the mail like that. ain't no samples. And that's a great thing to bring up. Will there be samples? We don't know yet, because they keep changing things and making things harder for us to figure out what's actually going to happen. They pump faked us with that launch of rec sales, had us thinking it was June, had us thinking it was July, and boom, it's August. But just to be clear, they're calling it non-medical, which is really crazy because the stuff they're selling us is the same stuff we've been buying for the last 5 years. It's not nothing new. Any new stuff that will be packaged and geared towards recreational, adult use, whatever you want to call it, those items will be significantly more expensive, and they will be packaged differently, and they will have different options. So you'll be faced with a situation where you want to go and you want to buy a vape cartridge, and the vape cartridge that you want is 85% THC, but you're a med patient and all your stuff is only 77% or whatever. You will actually have to buy a rec as a rec user, meaning you will pay that 10% plus sales tax. And when I say 10% plus sales tax, what I mean is that you're going to pay the recreational sales tax, that's 10%. Then you're going to pay the state sales tax, and then whatever county you're in, their sales tax. So we're talking anywhere from 16% all the way up to dang near 20%, 18%. So having a medical cannabis card makes sense more now than it ever did, simply because you'll be able to possess more product, buy more product, and you get priority at the dispensaries as a med patient. You know, you can use our website. My partner leafo.com is tied into my website, so I get you a discount. It's $89 for the whole year. You don't need no medical records. Everything's done through the app. You get to talk to the doctor right away, and within about 24 hours or so, maybe sooner, you're up and running. If you're your first timer or if you're a renewer, we can get you done quick. And like I said, you'll be back up and running in about 24 hours. Leafwell.com is a nationwide company that does recommendations all over the country for medical cannabis patients. And they basically have an intuitive app, or you can just use the website. All you gotta do is go to OhioCannabisLive.com and click on the icon that says Get My Card. There's a little button, take you right to it, and the discount's already applied, so you automatically save $10 as soon as you press that button. And, we still think that they're going to increase the medical cannabis limit and change it. The rumor that we're hearing is that it will be 10 ounces for 30 days. Now, that's again a rumor that I'm not confirming. I'm just saying that's what I keep hearing repeatedly, is that's what they're thinking about. Now, no one showed me no documents or nothing in paper that says that for sure, but let's just say I have a lot of sources, as you already know, and a lot of times I get this information from pretty reliable individuals who are either involved in these things or, they've got information from other sources as well. But at this point, all we're trying to do between now and November is get you ready to go to the expo in November, get you all situated, make sure you have all the information. And if you want to be a part of this expo, we are happy to have you as a volunteer, as a speaker, as a sponsor, as an exhibitor, as a vendor. A couple things I want to tell you about the Ohio Cannabis Expo that makes us different. We're not a farmer's market. We're not trying to sell. We're not trying to be a farmer's market. OhioCannabis.com has the farmer market. We're not trying to copy what they're doing. As far as parties, Ohio Cannabis Expo isn't a party. It's just like other expos. The difference is You will be able to buy custom artwork, custom items, other miscellaneous cannabis-related items, and we will have some of our vendors that were there last time who have all kind of interesting products that you could try out and buy. So, unlike a lot of expos, this one you will actually be able to buy something, whether it's something for your collection or something you want to try and experiment on something new. You'll be able to do that at our expo, just like we did in May. For those who went, you already know what I'm saying. Now, what we're going to do this time to expand on it, in addition to the fancy awards dinner, which is only for 100 people, by the way. So, tickets will go fast. Once we start really advertising, if you don't get your ticket, um, well, you might miss out on that awards dinner. But the venue for our expo, we can hold up to 400 people in that venue. So we tend to fill that whole space up. We want 400 people there a day. And then you can stay overnight in the hotel. And, you can come back down the next morning and have a free breakfast. They usually have a little breakfast you can have. And are the vendors up on your site? I'm not sure I understand your question, Cincinnati Fireball. The vendor's application is available on our site. We're not putting anything on our site as far as who, what, when, as far as like, people like, if you're asking me like, are the vendors already on the site? Like, no, we won't put all that stuff on there until October 7th. And that's our deadline for all sponsorships, all vendor fees, all that to be paid is October 7th. So after October 7th, that's when you will start to see what company's going to be there as far as vendors goes. But we're definitely open. We do have a cap on how many vendors we can have. We're hoping to get as many cannabis-related businesses there. And hopefully we're going to have some different workshops there. One of them I'm working on is a home grower workshop, and any vendor who has a BHO extractor for sale, I don't know. And so we're working on that. So we're trying to develop a couple different workshops. One of them is definitely going to be a home grow workshop. We're working on a discussion panel about athletes and cannabis. We're going to have a veterans discussion panel this time. We're going to have double what we had going on in May. Let's put it that way. Everything we did in May was kind of a test. Now this is bigger and better, nicer place. The other place is very nice too, but this is just a little bit nicer, a little bit more upscale. This hotel that we got is the one that they use when they do the Hall of Fame enshrinement. This is where all the celebrities stay at. So I'm upgrading y'all for this expo. So I need y'all to come out and support your boy putting all this work in. I got all these people helping me. Shout out to my event coordinator, Lee. Shout out to my other tech guy, Lee. I got 2 Lees working with me now, Lee and Lee. Imagine that. And then shout out to my good friend, Steven, who's been volunteering. Shout out to my moderators, Lynette and Jimmy, who've been holding it down for me, keeping track of all these comments that I can't see right now. And, we are building a nation, a team here. So if you want to be a part of the team in a more intimate way, whether you want to be a helper, a volunteer, whether you want to do interview people, all these opportunities with Ohio Cannabis Live are going to now be open to you if you're willing to work with us. As far as obviously me being in the situation I am not rich. I don't have a bunch of things, resources. I mean, to keep it honest, 100 with you, I'm in the hospital right now. So I just need y'all to come together, put all that other stuff aside, whatever that is, some of y'all, and we need to do this expo. I mean, again, I don't know what everybody has planned for November 1st and November 2nd, but I hope you mark on your calendar that Mastermind is having the Ohio Cannabis Expo on November 2nd and November 1st. I said that backwards. From 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thanks, Cincinnati Fireball. And, I have to make sure that I come here every Friday to try to give y'all information. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about before we get carried away was the dispensaries that got fined for breaking the rules for adult use sales. So, hold on, let me pull this up real quick so I can talk to y'all about this. I normally be way more organized. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, they want to find these dispensaries up to $200,000. This is sourced from MJ Biz Daily, who broke this story, or one of the people that broke the story. So I'm quoting. Hold on for a second. Okay, so uh, sorry about that. People just keep calling and they're not paying attention that I'm live every day. I mean, every Friday at 4:20. I know why people still call me between 4 and 5 o'clock every Friday, knowing I'm not going to answer the call. So yeah. So according to the Cleveland.com, the state's Division of Cannabis Control issued the following penalties: $150,000 and a $12,500 fine to Greenleaf Apothetes, which is known as the botanist. Whoa. And they were using an ice cream truck. I couldn't wait to talk about this. An ice cream truck was used to advertise recreational sales, and they were giving out ice cream and using signage that was larger than permitted. So they slapped them with $162,500 worth of fines. Another $12,500 fine went to Bloom Medicinals for using a sign that was larger than 16 by 18 inches and one attached to its store. We just trying to get people to know where these things are. Um, Another one, a multi-state operator. This one's interesting because we talked about this when they first made this mistake and put this out. $12,500 for multi-state operator Green Thumb Industries for disseminating. I love how they word it. Disseminating a promotional email in June alerting medical marijuana patients that cannabis would be available for adult use in MJ patrons as of June 10th, nearly 2 months before recreational marijuana kicked off. Some of y'all remember we broke that story. They was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be June the 10th." Remember that? It might have been June the 10th till somebody let the cat out of the bag and got it canceled. So it didn't happen. And also, Standard Farms, the processor, cultivator, they were fined $12,500. And Guaranteed Dispensary of Dayton, they were fined $12,500. The other infractions include minor violations, including using recreational and promotional materials, which what? Listen to this. The other infractions include minor violations, including using recreational and promotional materials in a misidentifying license status. Whoa, whoa. So, how much money do they make off rec sales without even selling any rec? How much did the state make? Let's see. 150,000, 12,000, another 12,000, another 12,000, another 12,000, another 12,500. They made almost 300,000, $250,000 in fees. They said they made $11 million or something like that the first week of sales. Do they really care about these fees? Or are they laughing like, man, this ain't nothing. It's chump change. Here, give it to them. Bye. Or is that stinging a little bit? Is that stinging them? What y'all think about that? Dispensaries got punished for being ice cream, man. I can see them now. It's the ice cream man. Cue up the ice cream. And they driving around with a big botanist sign on there. Come see us. We got the ice cream man. I bet the Board of Pharmacy and Division of Cannabis Control was probably in their office cracking up. Like, I can't believe these cats went out and got an ice cream truck and was serving up ice cream. That's a big deal. That's you finding the company for giving somebody some ice cream $150,000 because you gave somebody some ice cream. It was hot outside. It's been hot outside all month. So I mean, I addressed this in an email about water and drinks and shade, common sense things to protect people from falling out at these dispensaries in the line. Thank goodness that did not happen, but it's just still hot. So who wants to stand outside in the hot sun and you can't even get a cold ice cream from the place that you're getting ready to give way too much money to? I don't understand it. I don't understand what they're thinking when they do that. Um, let's see. Grow your own. Okay, well, for right now, we're doing the Ohio Cannabis Awards dinner. This is going to be for existing companies that are already in business. Okay, so this will be open to recreational users to vote, as well as medical consumers will be able to vote as well. Once the entire vote system is set up and running, and we got it all working and everything's dialed in, you'll go to OhioCannabisAwards.com and you'll be able to vote on the best dispensary, the best edible, the best flower, the best gummy, the best vape, the best concentrate. And we'll have a couple other little categories in there to make it fun, but those are some of the main categories. The way the dispensary system will work will be a little bit different because we realize that dispensaries are located in different regions. So each region will be able to win a trophy. And I did say a trophy. And so dispensaries, if you're watching, you better start getting ready. Because when I launch this, you're going to want that trophy at your shop. Wait till you see who I got making the trophy. I can't wait to show y'all the trophies. Never been done before. And no, we're not calling it the cup. We are not. Mastermind is not a copycat. And I ain't trying to be like High Times. Guess what High Times does? They selling backpacks. It's just selling weed and telling you to go on the website. Most of the people ain't even gonna go on the website. They just gonna buy the bag and be like, I got a High Times backpack. Who won there? Did you win or they win? Because I've done this. See, I also go back and watch the videos. I tried their little High Times, and I was at the High Times, the real one, before the pandemic, when it was the real deal. And it ain't been the real deal in many, many years. And maybe it will come back. But all I'm saying to you is that Mastermind does things that are unique and different. And we're not interested in calling it a cup or treating it like a cup or being like a cup. We're just going to, try to target some of the same categories. But again, we're trying to be our own thing. What they say, the Ohio way. The Ohio way. What y'all medicating on right now? I'd like to know that. I forgot where I was at. Yeah. What y'all medicating on? Just so y'all are wondering, like, why did I say that I was in the hospital? Because I actually really am in the hospital. Um, Real simple. I got chronic pancreatitis. Chronic pancreatitis is permanent damage to your pancreas. There is no known fix for this. People who have chronic pancreatitis suffer from severe and extreme pain in their stomach and their back, especially when you eat food or do certain movements. Um, this has this is the fourth time I've been in the hospital, y'all, in the last 3 months. So it is very painful. It literally is take everything I got to get on here and do this video for you, because I just refuse not to be consistent. I refuse to let y'all down. But I just had to keep it real with you. I told Mama Mastermind I was going to tell y'all where I was really at. But I had came in here and I never really even thought they was going to admit me until they showed me my blood work. And I was like, oh, well, okay, all right. So, it's one of them situations where when you have chronic pancreatitis, you can also still develop acute pancreatitis. Now, acute pancreatitis is fixable. It's temporary. It's solvable. How do they fix that? They usually just um, stop you from eating and let your stomach rest, which I'm going right now. And I've got an IV here, and it's just pumping me full of fluids. And I can't eat nothing until tomorrow. Then tomorrow I'll try to eat a little bit, and if I'm all right, then I get a little bit more. If I'm all right, I get a little bit more. If not, I get sick. I noticed that we got 28 people watching, which is great. We need more. Share the video. Smash that like, subscribe button. 31 people watching, but we only got 17 likes, so we got to fix that. Everybody right now, all at once, smash that like button right now. Wow. Even if you already smash it again. Like the video, share the video, tell all your friends. Ohio Cannabis Live's here to stay. It's the #1 cannabis media news source in the state of Ohio. We're here to bring the cannabis community together, unite everybody. I don't care what group you with. I don't care what you look like. I don't care about your political affiliation. I don't care about your sexual orientation. All I want to know is, do you like weed? Can I get a witness? Oh man. Hey, I know how it is, Skeet, man. Like, it's really hard, sometimes people to afford this stuff. And like, you look at the menus now, and they're so overpriced. You're like, man, this was $20 a month ago, and now it's $65. You're like, what? So, you know, I think the way that we deal with the pricing situation is we need to take opportunity when we have the Ohio Cannabis Expo to address this head on. I mean, I'm going to try to bring these license holders to the expo like I did before, so that they can actually answer some of these questions like we did at the last one. You could talk to these people and get the information from the people who own these companies, not the sales rep. Nothing against them; they're all my buddies too. But just hear it from the head boss. And sometimes they might have a different take on things. And I feel like once you get to know some of the people who own some of these dispensaries, like I know them, you'll get to realize why you want to support local and quit going to Michigan, because these people are from Ohio. They're born and raised here, most of them, and they care about people and they care about the state. I can't speak for multi-state operators because I don't know the multi-state operators, but all the local growers and stuff like that have started from the very beginning to help get this program off the ground, to help get the rec through. Those folks, we should support them, because without them, we would not be having this adult use. Honestly, who do you think funded all that? Jesus? Nah, weed funded that. Weed funded that. And so we lucked out that we were able to get enough votes to get this through. But what we still got to do is find another way to protect the law so they can't change it. Similar to what they did with the other law that I'm not going to get into. I'm not even going to name it because it's so controversial. But you know what I'm talking about. We need to make our law bulletproof, meaning that they can't go back and amend it and change it. Right now, it's wide open. They can slap a rubber stamp on it, amend it, no homegrown. They could do that. They could go in there and vote tomorrow, no homegrown. And they could do that. And guess what? DeWine will be like, sure. And there's no stopping it, because the way our ballot initiative was structured, it didn't have all the proper checks and balances to stop them from being able to change the law. And, that, is a setback that we need to correct. We also need to clarify rights and protections, and we need to address getting additional rights and protections to protect people for employment, housing, childcare, and probation. We need to start figuring out these expungement programs now. How are we going to get people's records cleared? That's something else that we need to work on. That might be something else I think about doing expo. Maybe we do an expungement clinic. Ooh, I like that. I might look into that. That might be. But that might be kind of hard to do. But at least we could have somebody there who could talk about it. Man pay, 2 man pay. Use the medical pay $200. Our law isn't so hot, but less protected for sure. The wine is coming. What's this? I'm at 145 stuff. I'm a little bit lost on the conversation. You said Jesus won't charge. Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, so um, you know, right now I think that we have to continue to do these streams. Like Captain Green Toker said, we need to get some more Zoom meetings going. So I'm committed to getting that done. I'm paying for Zoom. We might as well use the Zoom, okay? So what I might propose is, just starting out, let's try to do once a month starting in September. Um, let's try to do, depending on how things go, let's aim for the first Friday of every month. I'm not sorry, the first Saturday of every month. So next Saturday, which will be after Labor Day, let's try that. You're paying 145 currently. I'm off at Dispo in the cannabis. What? I'm confused. You're paying 145 monthly. I'm off the dispo and the cannabis club. Okay, yeah, I'm lost. I can't see giving nobody $145 a month to be in no club. Not when it's all this stuff out here right now. Nah, not that. I got clubs too, but they ain't $145 a month. Like hell, that's more than my cable bill. God wait. I ain't giving it. I can't. I ain't got it like that. Like, I don't need delivery either, man. I got a car. That doesn't mean that doesn't entice me at all. Like, as far as I'm all about, just yeah. I heard about all that, but that stuff really don't. There's so many people trying to hustle and do stuff like who can like absorb it all, really? You know what I mean? I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying who can. Everybody ain't up on what the engineer even is. Um, you know, it, it's just something else. I mean, everybody out here who was selling weed is trying to do it still or do something different. And I hope that there is some pathway for those who like selling weed to be able to get a license to do so as some type of craft operation. But right now, what people need to be paying attention to is that there are 50 dispensary equity licenses and there are 40 equity licenses for cultivation that will be available unless y'all let them change the law. So all those individuals who are watching this, who are sitting there thinking, I want to open a dispensary, I want to open up a cultivation facility, or both, you should be planning on coming to my expo because what I'm going to do there is I'm going to have people there try to get investors, accountants, all the people you need to open up one of these companies. I'm trying to get them all in one building, in one place, so you could talk to these people, get the information you need, and then decide whether or not you want to actually proceed with this endeavor. Because you do have to be able to raise money, and that's probably the most intimidating part. But there's people out there with money who want to do something, who just don't know who to go to or what to do, and that's where we're coming in is trying to educate everybody about this. Because if you could get a license, and I know a brother in Trenton, New Jersey, shout out to my guy Tahir Johnson, who opened up one of the first minority dispensaries in Trenton, New Jersey. I watched this guy just started off from nothing, sitting here like me, and all of a sudden now he's got a dispensary. It's just dedication and staying on it. So if you really want to get a dispensary, you really want a cultivation, or you want to invest, say you don't want to do all the paperwork, you just want to be an investor. The opportunity is there. All you gotta do is contact me, and I will guide you to the right person, the right people. Because Mastermind got access to all these people, and we're just trying to get everybody ready. So when this licensing thing drops, if you're not ready that day, you might miss it. Because we're only talking 50 licenses. Let's say a million. I mean, I don't even know how many people can apply, but just say a million people apply, and you was the last one to turn your paperwork in. Is it gonna go for you? Probably not. Probably not. So you're not homebound, but less mobile at times. I can relate to that, Ski. I have that same problem where, I get out sometimes, but when I go out somewhere and travel somewhere, it takes all I got. Like this pancreas thing weakens you a lot. I mean, it weakens you a lot. Like it is the most draining thing ever. Sometimes I'll be trying to get stuff done and I just wake up. Day's over. Like I fell asleep and all they really do is pain medication and fluids for this. I already had the procedure and y'all know how that ended last year. That didn't go so hot. So procedures not happening right now. You wanted to buy orange? Well, you just wait a little while. I got orange 43 growing at my house right now. So no worries, Cat. You can just try it for free with me. And it is Clutch Orange 43, by the way. Okay, cultivator applications level. Hold on. Cultivator applications level 1 application 3 disqualification 36 eligible for license. I don't cultivator applications. I don't understand what you're saying there. Can you clarify that a little bit? Oh, okay, that's from when they first started. Okay, gotcha. So what I think, and we ain't even talked about what's happening in Kentucky because a lot of these guys is down south of Kentucky floating around because there's lotteries in Kentucky. So everybody's trying to open something in Kentucky. So what they're still not getting is that Kentucky is coming here. They're not interested in buying nothing there yet. No, they want to come here. It's rec. Why is this radical? You know it's gonna be weird. So no, I'm all for endeavors in Kentucky. Shout out to my folks in Kentucky. Make sure you subscribe to Kentucky Cannabis Live. Bet you didn't know about that, did you? That's right, Kentucky Cannabis Live. We coming to Kentucky sooner than you think. Yes. There's even a Michigan Cannabis Live. How about that? Bet you didn't know that either, did you? Look it up. I assure you it exists. And I assure you I own it. So I don't know what y'all got going on today. It's Friday. It's stupid hot out there. What y'all got going on for the weekend? What's for dinner? I can't eat. I can't eat anything for 2 days. So I'm having saline for dinner. Is the orange a seedling? No. The orange 43. It was originally born from a seedling, obviously, but the orange 43 actually. One of the viewers on the channel, shout out to my guy Steve, um, he got a bag seed from Clutch, Orange 43, and he was able to get it going, and he was able to get me a cut, and I was able to split that into a couple more cuts, and I currently have two Orange 43 plants. And you say, how do you know that it's really orange? Well, because he had some flower from it, the previous plant, and it's spot on. Smells, taste. Now the only difference about this would be, I do feel like it isn't as sativa. If you're looking for like that super overwhelming sativa, that I think it's still that, but I think it's a little bit more hybridish um, than before. I even pressed, got some fresh rosin that was pressed from the Orange 43 flower that my good guy grew. Yeah, they're my guy Steve. Tell him, Steve, tell him. We got the real deal, don't we, buddy? We got that real Orange 43. And it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see. We cooked chili for the last 2 days. Going to be a pork night. Okay. Well, you got your mind made up. He said a calm Orange 43. Yeah, see? Yeah. What do you think, Steve? You think it's calm, or does it make you feel like regular? Or I think it's a little bit, slightly different in a sense. And I mean that's been a while since I tried what you gave me, but um, it seemed to me when I was trying it was more hybrid than it definitely felt like sativa, lean sativa, but I still think it was a little bit more balanced than the Clutch 40, the actual Clutch that you get at the dispensary. I think just because of Steve's method. I can't wait to see how mine turns out compared to Steve's. You know I gotta let you try some, Steve, so you can tell me whether I hit or miss on it. Captain Hook. Okay, so we got Captain Green Toker and Captain Hook. Hey, mateys. All right, bro, can you help me answer something? Are we going to get pre-rolls and stuff in the dispensaries? I need some stizzies. Okay, so the word is that there will be pre-rolls. I don't have a specific date. I do know that they will be pricey. I do know that some of them will be infused and they will be pricey. I will tell you that you can go on Amazon and buy a box of pre-roll cones for like $20 and go buy you an ounce of shake or a half a shake and get you a little bit of concentrate and you can make your own pre-rolls and save a crap ton of money. Now I know a lot of people say, well, I'm gonna get a pre-roll for the experience. Sure. But just know that you're gonna spend 20 plus dollars, $25 on probably a gram or maybe even a half a gram joint. And I'm gonna put in that perspective for you. I traveled all the way to Missouri to get my uncle. We stopped in Illinois. Their pre-rolls, $20 for a half a gram from the forest. I went to Missouri and tried pre rolls there. $20 plus for half a gram. And then the 1 grams, they did have 1 gram ones, but those were mids. And those were the ones you're like 15% THC, 12% THC, low numbers. Like stuff we ain't even gonna buy. You're like, ah. So actually while I was there, I tried a couple companies that are here. Like for example, I tried Ascend. They had some pre rolls. I tried their pre rolls. They're all right, but they, $20 for half a gram. Heck no. You can save more money buying a 2.8 and stuffing it yourself than doing that. Tell you hate the disposable, but the certified has the best fruitiest. See, and whenever I hear like fruity, like what do you mean by that? Do you mean like fruity is like fruity like flavors? Because whenever I hear stuff like that, I'll be thinking artificial flavors, botanical terps. Like, or do you think it tastes more like full spectrum? Like it tastes like the strain that they extracted? Because see, well, a lot of times what happens is they have all these vape cartridges with all these flavors in them, and that ain't even the strain that they are. They might say it's cherry gelato, and it might be wedding cake that they flavored up to make it taste like gelato. Or you could have just got some biomass that was moldy, and it was moldy gelato. They just converted it over to some good old THC distillate oil, which eliminates the mold, and then you've got no way of knowing whether or not. And yes, processors do use moldy weed in processed goods. They do, not just here, but all over. And nobody ever cares. Nobody says the wiser. Nobody could tell the difference. Like, oh, this tastes like trim. Because here's the reason why. When you extract cannabis material into a distillate oil base, which is the baseline of most gummies, most vape cartridges, and other processed goods, that is not strain specific. It's just the THC itself in the oil. And some of these places they can separate the terpenes out. Some of them don't. Um, so how do I know this? Because I've been inside these places and I've seen this stuff with my own eyes, and then I've went out and bought it and tried it. So you know, the vapes. That's a great question. What kind of vapes do I like to use? Or he asked what kind of vapes do you like? I mean, me personally, I'm a 510 guy. I mean, I don't know about everybody else. Y'all let me know. Or you like all these pods. These pods are okay, but they clog a lot of times. I hate luster. I'm saying it out loud. I hate lusters. I don't like the way they're made. I feel like they're like an archaic device that's be way past its time. I mean, they could do better with the device. Now they've evolved it a little bit over time. We've got temperature control now, and I think the new one has USB-C charging, which is a nice upgrade. But it's still at its core a cheap battery that has very limited functionality, and that it is what it is, and that's why people buy them because it's dirt cheap. Certified Flex vape never clogs. And I don't know about that. I've had certified vapes clog too. Mr. Kush Nugs, are you kidding me? I'm hooked on Muma meds. Okay, all right. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that, but you know, I just like not a big vape cart person. Another raid, huh? Yeah, the Mighty's a really good device. Has a really good reputation. Yeah, I feel you, Billy. Eventually, a lot of stuff, 90% of it clogs, but I could pull a 510 that's been sitting for 2 years and hit it, and it still ain't clogged. And that's because I have the master holder and everything. All my vape carts, you've seen the master holder. We're gonna bring those back too, by the way. Once I get a new 3D printer, it just holds all your vape carts straight up, and that helps keep them from clogging. And it's a great storage piece. So I hope to get the mastermind holders back up and running once I get a new printer. Adel Hawkins, Mr. Couldn't say he was rated above because of what you were talking about. Okay, all right. So talk to us about that a little bit if you don't mind. Did they come there for no reason basically and say you was over the limit and then really you weren't. Is that really what's happening, Mr. Cushings? Um, Mr. Cushings, I'm sorry, Mr. Cushings. My eyes, I don't have my glasses on. Let's talk about it. I'm listening. Tell me more. So when did this happen, and what was the outcome? Obviously, you ain't in jail because you're on here talking to us, so we know that they didn't do nothing. 10 plants is still in compliance as long as there's two adults in the household over 21. Um, Look at that, Captain Hook, you leveled up. Hey, hey. In what area do you live in, if you don't mind me asking, Mr. Cushing? I'm just curious. Were you in the Yellow Springs area? Were you one of those people impacted by the Yellow Springs deal, or were you somewhere else? Madame Muru's house of cards were allowed to have it outside. It just has to be locked up and out of the public sight. Okay. I saw a chopper, but my house only have three outside. I'm in Hill. Oh, you're in Hillsboro. Okay. Okay. So at the end of the day, just briefly, Mr. Cushnugs. I'm sorry. Again, I apologize. My eyesight is not the greatest, Mr. Cushnugs. I love the name, by the way. Highland County, but you're saying more deal. Okay. So what did they say? Did they apologize for wasting your time, or did they play that we're educating you speech, or what happened, Mr. Cushnugs? What did they say? If you don't mind telling us, sharing this with us, because it's important that people understand that they need to pay attention, especially if they've got more than 12 plants outside. Mister, you do? Well, send me the link to it. Email it to me. There's a video. I'll be happy to watch it and share it. Let me see that. Shoot it my way, Kevin B. I didn't know you had a channel. All right, Mr. Cushnugs. I'm going to check it out. Somebody send me the video. Some OG dog pound. Okay, that sounds real interesting. OG dog pound. Oh, man. So, one thing I want to tell you all is just that you don't want pancreatitis. This shit hurts like no other. Um, you know, I'm at the point now where I'm ready to leave the state to find me another pancreas doctor to help me navigate this problem. Um, I think the reason I got pancreatitis goes back to when I had my gallbladder removed and they couldn't get. All right, thanks, Kevin. They couldn't get all of my gallbladder away from my liver, and this little piece they left in there caused havoc in my pancreas. And then by the time they figured it out, 10 years later, not much they could do about it now, but they tried. They tried. Mesh. Oh, it's. I appreciate you, my brother. It's. All I want to do from it, man, is try to help people look out for this thing, because if you get it, you could spend a lot of time not knowing what it is because it mimics so many other things. What's up, Faded? Pesky Porker Cypher Hill. I haven't heard Cypher's Hill in a long time. Jump up, jump, get down, everybody, jump, 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 jump up, jump, get down. That was my favorite song by them. I used to listen to Cypress Hill. Yes, it is, man. And you said your yard's completely fenced off, no gate on way-ins, and through the house or garage. They showed up with a helicopter and 30 plus officers. They tried to intimidate the legal growers by doing this. And that's terrible, man. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you telling us about sharing what happened to you, because I've been trying to sound the alarm on some of these things And I'll be needing people to help share their experiences to help people realize that it ain't just Yellow Springs that they're going to have problems at. There's any of these places where they're restrictive on cannabis rights or against it, you have to still be careful. Yes, it is legal, but there's a lot of confusion. Let's just cover these things before I go real quick. So, the carry limit for Ohio is 2.5 ounces. The carry limit for Michigan is 2.5 ounces. You should not be traveling around with more than 2.5 ounces or more than 15 grams of concentrate. If you are riding around with more than that, you get stopped, Michigan or Ohio, you could face some type of penalty of sorts. Or not, you maybe not, depending on where you are. But don't think that it's ollie ollie oxen free. You can just do whatever you want and have 1,000,000 pounds and 1,000,000 ounces. Because if they catch you with the stuff, even if you're just keeping it for yourself, they can easily say, "Oh, you're just distribution or something." So I just want y'all to be careful. This is a new and uncharted territory for us as legal growers. Not to say all of us have always been growers at heart, but this is our first legal time, and we have to protect the grower nation of Ohio. Everybody who's growing, we have to protect them by informing them and educating them that, you know, we need to make sure everybody's following these guidelines to the letter, especially if you got something outside. Because outside has its own benefits, but also has its setbacks. One of them setbacks is helicopters and other aircraft, drones, and things of that nature flying over who could see in your yard, even if you got it secured. So keep that in mind. You know, we're up to 36 viewers. That's great. Do me a favor. 6 more people need to smash a like button. I want to crack that 40 likes before I go. Dang, man, your message got retracted. Ooh, what did you say? Must have been real raunchy. Does the bag weight also get added if we get pulled over? Awesome question. Don't have the answer for that one, but that's a great question. I'm going to do a video showing my solution and explain this issue better. Okay, I look forward to seeing it, and somebody on my team has sent me a link to your video, Mr. Kushnugs, so I will be checking it out. And the planes and helicopters do still fly over, absolutely. This is crazy. I'm looking at an outdoor grow next year. Trust me on that one. You leveled up. Ah, Mr. Kushner, you leveled up. Or maybe a governor that would actually protect citizens. Well, that would be nice, right? Yeah, I'm just, I'm sorry this happened to you, Mr. Kushner, but I'm also glad that you were here to share your story with us to help us learn about this firsthand. This is like a interview of sorts. And we can I'll come on your channel and we can talk. You come on my channel and we can talk and try to bring some more awareness to this, because it is important that we keep reminding people who are just doing things that, well, obviously they're not necessarily in the law, should know what the law really is, so that they can make informed decisions on both what to do and what not to do, and when to do it and when not to do it. So I just want to help everybody stay safe, stay medicated, keep us all together, make us a big family, and I hope we all become millionaires someday, rich off weed. It could happen. So, Ohio is going to be a big tourist boom. We're going to see so many people coming. Right now, it's probably just so hot and the economy is so whacked up right now. We got all this crap going on. But as soon as things calm down, so before I go, I just want to remind you, tickets are on sale at OhioCannabisExpo.com for the second annual Ohio Cannabis Expo. And the tickets for the awards dinner is also available. You can buy a package and get them all together or buy it separately. I would say that with only 100 seats, you should buy your tickets for the awards dinner as soon as you can. If you're interested in being a vendor, or exhibitor, or speaker, or sponsor, we need to settle everything with you by October the 7th. That is our deadline for pretty much everything. And at that point, that's when we start making future announcements about other parts of the event and just finalizing everything so people will know at least in a month in advance who will be there, what's going to be going on, those type of things. So I'm all about the details. I want you to know. I want you to get excited, get hyped, because I'm trying to get hyped. Need a good lawyer here near Dayton. Okay, well, I might have somebody who might be able to help you with that. What kind of lawyer you're looking for? Before legalization, plants grown at home for personal use, you had to prove its personal use. You got charged just for possession weight. Well, before it was legalized, it was illegal, period, no matter what. There was no exception that I'm aware of. So, if you were growing at home personal use, I mean, you were just doing it against the law. I mean, I don't know of any provision that gave somebody clearance. People thought, like, I had people arguing with me, oh man, the medical program, we can grow because we're, no, we could not. We did not get the ability to grow legally until last year. And look at it, we're coming up on the anniversary. So like the expo is going to line up to almost the anniversary of when we went rec. So it's still going to be a celebration of sorts no matter what. I said it wasn't going to be a party, but we're going to still have a good time. And I hope you get some really cool stuff at the expo. I'm going to try to make sure I have a variety of things available there for you to purchase and look at. Hopefully you'll meet some people. Um, but the goal is to bring us together and get all these businesses, small and big and large, all of them together, so we can first of all know who they are. Because a lot of these companies, people don't even know who they are, and that's something else that I'm going to address before I wrap this video up. Is the fake dispensaries. So, what defines a dispensary as being fake? They're not licensed by the Ohio Division of Cannabis Control. They don't have a DEA license. All dispensaries in America have to have a DEA license to operate, and it's usually visible inside the dispensary somewhere. So you can always ask, "Hey, where's your DEA license?" So keep that in mind. These dispensaries that are fake, they're going to tell you weird things. They're not going to collect sales tax the way they should. The packaging is going to be very strange. Um, as soon as you hear the word THCA, leave. As soon as you hear the word Delta 8, leave. Go to the real dispensary. I've had so many people tell me that they ended up at these fake dispensaries because we've gotten so many now. It's hard to tell, like, is this one or is that one? It looks like it might be one. Maybe that's not it. Because the way these are all structured, they won't. I just read to you somebody got fined for putting a bigger sign on their building. How dumb is that? You just want people to know you're there, and you're like, fine, give me 12,000. Can I still leave my sign up? So it's just crazy. Cincinnati has grown as far as the amount of dispensaries that it has. Now you have the Landing, you have the Forest, you have um, what's this other one? There's so many of them. You have more. Yeah, you have more than you had. You have at least 3 or 4 more dispensaries than you had before. But the sales tax in Cincinnati is high. So for those who want to save money, go somewhere where the sales tax is low, and then you'll automatically save money in the long run. So look at a place like Logan, Dayton, Springfield, Newark, Coshocton, Carroll. Go somewhere like that, and you'll see the taxes is different. You'll probably see the prices a little different too. But also look at going somewhere where there's multiple dispensaries within the same area, because if you do that, your chances for getting better and competitive pricing is much stronger than it would be if you just went to the closest one in your community and they only got one near and the rest of them are an hour away. Drive the extra hour if you can, if you can stomach it, and save the money. I'm just telling you, this is how it is. The more dispensaries are in a location, the cheaper it will be. But if you just go into one because it's right there around in your area, I get it. But you're gonna still get price. You're still gonna get overcharged because there's no competition. Yeah, I'm familiar with Bloom on 7 Mile in Monroe. I've been there before. So yeah, Bloom is a multi-state operator. They're one of the first companies in the program to launch. I was one of their first customers at their Columbus store. Um, they what I like about Bloom is they're open from 9 to 9. I like their hours. The landing, yes, I couldn't think of it. The landing was the one I had stuck in my brain. So yeah, landing. Matter of fact, you got the landing, you got story one, story two, you got Sunnyside, you got Verilife, you've got the forest. Who else do you got there, man? Help me out, y'all. Zen Leaf. Y'all probably got five, six, seven dispensaries in Cincinnati. Some of them even got drive-throughs. Y'all even got drive-throughs in Cincinnati. Did y'all know that? The forest got drive-through. Shangri-La is actually in Monroe. Or is there one in Cincinnati? I lost track. Is there one in Cincinnati? Or are you talking about the one in Monroe? Anyway, Anthony, please contact me ASAP with the info you with 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 the info you made. I'm sorry, Renabo. Could you repeat your message? What information do you need? I must have lost. Let me go back. They're gonna make me cost a lot of money. They are shipping to me Centerville, even though I refuse to go because of their policy. Okay, I'm a little bit lost here. Um, oh, lawyer. Gotcha. Okay, my bad. Do me a favor. Email me at info@ohiocannabislive.com and just put in the subject line, I need a lawyer, and then I'll that'll help me. And put your phone number in there too. I have a friend in Dayton who probably can find you a lawyer, and I'm gonna try to reach out to her. But I'm gonna need some more details from you. So yeah, email me info@ohiocannabislive.com, and then subject line put lawyer, and then put your name and phone number, and then I'll see what I can do to help you. Um, I don't just do cannabis stuff, y'all. I do technical stuff. I do other things. I know people think, oh, I'm just the cannabis guy, but I do a lot of other things too. And I try to help people in a lot of other different ways. So it's not just always about weed, but if you need help with other things that you think Mastermind can help you, ask, call me, text me, email me, message me on my website. There's multiple ways to reach me. And if I can help you, because you've helped me grow this channel, I'm committed to try to help you too, best I can. I ain't got no money, but we still family here, and we got to support each other any way we can. I really thank all y'all for being here. I'm surprised I made it this long on here, but I'm gonna get off here for now and try to get some rest so I can get out of here. And again, I appreciate all of y'all being here every Friday with me for the last 5 years. Can you believe that? It's been 5 years now that we've been doing these streams. I just can't believe it. 800 plus videos. Hey, Nabo, appreciate you. Appreciate you with the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure I get that email so I can help you try to find an attorney there. I mean, I'm from Dayton, Ohio. It's my hometown. If you didn't know that, so I'm sure we'll find somebody there for you. But I'll be looking forward to talking with you and trying to figure out what I can do to help you. But again, I appreciate y'all all being here. I'm gonna try to get on here live as much as I possibly can, as much as I can tolerate it. Um, but yeah, it's been great being with y'all every Friday, and I'm gonna keep doing this as much as I possibly humanly can. And I'm gonna try to work in some more days and some more streams, so we can just keep this going like every day, like I used to. It's just I'm gonna need y'all to come on the show and help co-host this with me. That's how we work it, and then it'll be a lot more entertaining because I'll say stuff and you'll say stuff and we'll do stuff like me and Swingo and Pia used to do. And shout out to Swingo and I'm sorry, Johnny McPie. Shout out to Johnny McPie and my good guy Pia Genius. What's up, y'all? Um, so I'm glad y'all here, and again, I will see you guys on the next stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Hit that like, subscribe button, and Mastermind. I'll see you on the next one.